Alright, hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Today we are going to fly from Chicago ORD to MSP and we are going to be checking out the new Pmdg 737 update. I've flown with this a couple of times and have had really good landings, so I'm hoping that it goes well today. And whoever's watching, just let me know if the audio is coming through right. Also, as you can see, we have a new setup here. I have also set up my yoke and throttle cam so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. You can also ask questions about my setup. It's not the best organization right now. I do want to mount the throttle to the bottom of my table and then pull the keyboard to this side and have like an Airbus joystick here, but yeah, that's something I want to do in the next month or so. I do need to get another joystick, it seems, because the one that I had only goes for my right hand, if that makes sense. It's a X56. But anyway, a lot of talking. Let's start prepping this aircraft. We are starting from cold and dark today, so batteries can come on. I think GSX already connected the ground unit, maybe not. Yeah, it did not. So let's request for ground power here. Wheel chokes are already set. So once the ground power connects, you see the ground power here. Yeah, if someone can confirm that the audio is coming through correctly and everything sounds good, that'll be great. I do have chat open here, but I'm not sure if anyone is going to show up. Anyway, so the ground power is now connected and we have transferred the power to ground power. Now that that is done, let's go to our electronic flight bag. By the way, so all the changes that were in the 777 EFB are now all here. It should be in the 737 EFB as well. So that is great. By the way, if you're wondering why the sim is so smooth, I am running lossless scaling in the background, and I hope it is also coming through smooth on YouTube. Okay, so we have our flight loaded here. 0 winds, 10 miles visibility, broken at 250, 7 degrees, 3044. That's quite high of a pressure, which makes sense since it's so cold here. So let's set that first while we are here. It's 304. 3044. By the way, I also got the VR headset. My friend Rahul, who I usually fly with, finally convinced me to shift to the world of VR, and it's been a lot of fun. Let's align the IRSs, turn the fuel pumps on. We are going to do a quick turnaround here. We're not going to wait for GSX to load the aircraft and everything for all of us. So that can come on, that can come on. Seatbelt signs, emergency exit lights can come on. Logo and wing lights can come on. Pitch your roll is here. Yo, what's up? What's up, man? I do have an iPad here, so that's convenient. I can just look up my stuff instead of having to look on the second monitor. For now, I'm just keeping it here. I should actually keep it here. This is the place for the iPad, but then I don't know where to keep my joystick, which I do need for just looking around and stuff. But yeah, we are working with this setup for now, and then we'll optimize. So what's the cruising altitude? 360. 360 is the cruising altitude for today. Pitch your roll says yo. how are you doing? How's your weekend going? Okay, I think we can start with the FMC prep. FMC, position in it. We are at ORD. And gate is at 764. I think so. Not sure. We can just put this last position in here. Flight plan request, SimBrief route. We'll set the payload, set the fuel, and go to select route, and that should load up our flight plan. While that is going on, I do want to check if, so what I heard was we are now able to open the doors and stuff just by clicking on them. So I want to see if that works. So this door is not clickable, I guess. Oh, it is. It is. Is it? What's that? Huh. Anyway, this door is not clickable, it seems. Is this door clickable? Yeah, I haven't watched any review videos, by the way, for this update. So I apologize if I'm not completely aware about how things work. But what I heard was you can now click on the doors and open them and close them. So that's doable now. Let's load the route. And we also have the sim rate increase feature now. We'll be definitely using that because I don't have a lot of time to stream today. I do need to get back to work. Let's see. So I think we can activate this and then we can go to our departure. Our departure today is going to be direct to Pumpkin. Okay, so there's no SID, 09C, and we're going direct to Pumpkin. Yep, that is planned out. And then our arrival is going to be 12 right. So ILS 12 right, and the star there is Killer 3. So Killer 3 and KAMMA. We'll leave the transition out for now. We'll plan that out later. You can go to route and then we can now move on to perf init. Let's request that and make sure. So I've seen that sometimes it still loads the cruise altitude wrong or different from what the SimBrief flight plan has. So you might want to still keep checking these things. Let's see what it does today. Yeah, you see. So it's supposed to load 360, but it loaded 400. That's okay. We can change that here. And one more thing we can do is pull up our cruise winds, which is 303 at 49. So that it can better calculate things for us. Everything else seems to be fine. All these enable speed notifications shouldn't be a problem. 360 here. One thing we need to do is go to route data, wind request, and that should fill up the winds aloft data and make our VNAV profile predictions better. What's our cost index today? 35. Okay. Okay, let's load that. Wind uplink loading and execute. Another thing you can do is go to descent while you're here and click on forecast again and then load the wind forecast here as well, so that can predict your top of descent accurately according to your winds that you have. Okay, so N1 limit. Let's go to our takeoff calculation page. They still haven't included the feature where you can bring the tablet here, which is kind of weird because that's one of the best features that people had really appreciated, to have just a click spot here that brings the tablet. Hopefully that comes someday. What was I doing? Yeah, performance tool, 09 center, import from aircraft, import weather, and calculate. So we are going for a derate temperature of 49 and flaps 131, 131, 134. Okay, 49, quite long runway and very cold temp. So as the temperature gets cold, the engine thrust improves, so you can derate for a higher temperature and still get pretty good thrust. So it's 131, 131 and 134. Okay, that is looking good. Now let's put our throttle quadrant to use. So altitude will go up here to 360 because we don't have ATC today. I'm not flying real time, but I am flying on VATSIM. So 36 here. Let's put runway heading. It's going to be a steep left turn after takeoff. Okay, IAS, let's see what speed we need to be at Pumpkin, and then we'll probably just, okay, so it's saying that we'll be at 12,306. Let's put in, maybe our V2 was 134, so let's put in 160, should be fine. And then we'll turn on our flight directors, not this. Let's turn on the flight directors, that is good. And LNAV and VNAV can come on, whichever one comes on. I think we are not aligned with the profile, so LNAV won't come on. Okay, I think we are very well prepped. So let's turn on the APU now. And then we'll just go out and listen to the APU sounds. I'm sure they didn't change the sounds a lot. Maybe I heard they made the engine sounds better, but the APU sounds are still the same, so nothing changed on that end. I'm really excited to see how the landing goes on this one, now that we have the yoke cam and we'll be able to see everything on the mistakes I make during the landing and stuff like that. Hopefully it's synced with the sim though. I'm not sure about that. We'll learn as we go. Okay, APU sounds definitely haven't changed, which is fine. I mean, they were already really good. Okay, APU is running, so we can transfer the power to the APU bus and turn on APU gen, isolation valve to auto, and that should pretty much prepare us to get rid of, why am I not able to click on this? Okay, there we go. To get rid of the jetways, to get rid of the doors and everything. Close the doors and everything. So ground services and release, and wheel chocks removed as well. Go back to legs page, go to the outside view, make sure we get rid of our
parking brakes to request ground services.
That's true. Let's set the parking brake. I forgot to set my parking brake. Let's get rid of our jetway here. Looks beautiful. Chicago airport is beautifully modeled. I think this is FS Dream Team if I'm not wrong. Is it? Yeah, I think this is FSDT. All of their airports are amazing. Okay, we are ready for pushback. So let's prepare for pushback and departure. And go to TA only here, and let me look up my squawk code that I was given. So 3164.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
3164. Okay. Let's watch them do their thing here.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Oh, that woman pushed her head all the way in. I want to watch how this truck works.
Locking gear.
I think it lifts up the landing gear from the bottom, but let's see how good GSX has modeled everything here. Holy shit, they have really nailed it. Look at that. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if... Oh, they did lift up the landing gear. Nice. So it's all beautifully modeled. So I think I want nose left. Yes, please.
Release parking brakes.
Okay, let's reset the camera so that... Okay, release parking brake.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, starting engine 2. Sounds really good. Okay, starting engine 1. I want to fly at least under 10,000 feet manual, but let's see how it goes. I don't want to miss out on views as well, so we have a left turn, so I'm going to keep my view to this one so that we can admire that view just from one click.
Set parking brakes.
Set parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Yep, we can let them
Cockpit
go.
to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Ah, should have faced faced right, not left. it's okay. We're gonna have to take a sharp right turn and then go from there. Okay, speed brakes. Flaps can go to 1. Taxi lights can come on. Engine start switches to continuous. I should have turned the anti-collision light before. Turn on the engine generator buses. Packs are on.
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
APU bleed can go off. Yaw dampers can
Left
come
is clear.
on.
Right is clear.
Probe heat. And APU can turn off. I think we are ready. We're gonna have to take a sharp right. Oh, by the way, we also have weather radar now. So you can basically turn on weather radar. Not that we're going to put it to use here much, but yeah, we have weather radar now. Mainly what I'm interested in on this update is to see how it show you guys how it feels. I mean, I've landed this thing a couple of times now after the update, but I wanted to stream and show you guys how it feels with the yoke cam, because I think they've made some changes to the flight model. Okay, I think we are ready to go. We can change this to TARA, get rid of the parking brakes, and then let's take a steep right turn here. We'll give it thrust so that it starts moving, and then by the way, I'm using TFRP rudder pedals for now. But I'm still battling whether to keep these or whether to get something better than this. I've heard about the Orion 2, they are really good, but I'm still watching reviews and figuring out which one to settle on. It's just that the price difference between this one and Winwing or any other company is just so much that it's not making any sense to go for anything else. But I am still looking. I want to get a good set of rudder pedals, because with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 coming in, I think I'll be flying GA more and more, right? And that's where the rudder pedals will come in handy. Good set of rudder pedals will come in handy. Not saying that these ones are bad, it's just that these ones, these just feel a little bit springy. Like they have this very strong tendency to go to the center position, and there's no damping to that, so you can't get in precise movements. That was not bad. It's a short airplane. Nice thing about taxiing with this setup is now I don't have to keep twisting my hand for taxiing. I can just use my legs and chill. I am using my phone camera here, by the way. I'm thinking whether to change that to a DSLR, which I already have. I just need to look for it in my storage. Now we don't need this. That's the iPad that I use for my real world flying. So I have now employed it for sim flying. I wish there was something here on the yoke where I could just mount. I was watching my stream and steering the aircraft, which is why I veered off. Okay, let's speed up. Let's taxi like a Southwest here. I remember last night when we were flying, I was taxiing at like 70 knots because I had to taxi the whole runway, and half of that is what we are doing right now anyway. So yeah, no traffic, no ATC, so might as well save some time here. Let's turn on the landing lights, taxi lights can come off, and runway turn off lights can come on. That's it. Let's slow down for this turn. And line up. Didn't see anyone. I'm actually monitoring Volanta so that I don't run into anyone. But in case you guys are wondering why I'm just barging in to the runway like that. Anyway, traffic can turn on. Everything is good. Flaps are also set correctly. Just making sure that we are not missing out on anything. I don't think we are. Okay. Oh, yeah, there you go. LNAV. That's what we're missing out on, but I think that will, we can only enable it later on. Okay. Ready to go. That's 50% N1 and toga. Check.
E1. Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate climb.
Gear up. Oh shit. I think I took off from the wrong runway. I didn't take off from yeah, I think I took off from the wrong runway. Damn. I should have taken off from 09 center, but I think I took off from can't let you guys miss this view. Flaps up. I'm just gonna turn command on and turn on LNAV as well. It wasn't detecting because we were not at the right angle intercepting our lateral navigation course. But yeah, flaps are up. We are good on speed. Speed brakes, back off. time to admire the view. I'm going to turn off the yoke cam for now so that you guys can just enjoy the view instead of having this yoke cam here, because it makes no sense during the cruise to have that. So I want to start exploring the features here. I know weather radar is back, but I don't know how to test it, except I would have to just change the weather and test it, right? Let's mess with the weather here. Okay, we are at 10,000 feet, so I'm gonna turn off the landing lights, turn these off, engine start switches to continuous, and everything else is fine. Okay, let's see what we can do with the weather here. So I want maybe broken clouds, but then what altitude am I at? 11,000. So I want these cloud layers to be denser, I guess. Do I need to change the gain or something here? Probably not, right? What if I just fill up clouds all the way to top? Okay, I guess so far we have failed at testing two features because of not knowing how shit operates. But I thought that's all I had to do for weather radar, unless I'm missing something. Rain maybe? Oh, there you go. There you go. So I guess it makes sense. I think it only shows up precipitation clouds, not just normal dense clouds, right? Makes sense. That makes sense. So it's showing up all of these precipitation clouds. Perfect. So it works. Finally we have a working weather radar. I wonder if in the real aircraft can you change the brightness of this so that you can still see your route clearly along with all this weather trash going on here. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's go back to our live weather because we don't want to mess with this. 17.5, switching to standard. I really want to test these doors, but I don't know what the click spot is here. I for sure saw it somewhere that you can open all the doors with these click spots on them. Let's see. Time for cabin depressurization. There's no click spot here though. Or is it from the outside? No. I don't know. I just have to watch some video. Well, I guess that's what happens when you try to create a video for an airplane update without watching any other videos of airplane updates. That's fine. So one more thing I want to use is the auto cruise feature here. So I think we can do 8x with the PC that I have. So let's see how this goes. Auto time compression on. So the sim rate is going to increase slowly. Now I don't know if this only happens during cruise or will it happen while I'm climbing. I think it only happens during cruise, so it'll detect that I'm cruising and then it will increase the sim rate. Nice. I'm going to turn it off. Oh, it did go to 4x. So I guess when it's turning and stuff, it will automatically go to 1x because it wants to still have a stable turn. But then when it's just flying straight or climbing straight or descending straight, it will slowly increase the sim rate and make sure that you're still following your LNAV and VNAV profile. That's what it seems like, which is pretty smart. Let's see if it did anything. So I finished that turn. Should go to 2x. Yeah, went to 2x, 4x. Now it's seeing that yeah, it's just flying straight, not doing anything crazy. So it went up to 8x. Beautiful. How does it look from the outside? Oh, we are speed running life, guys. So I think it should slow down now. Yeah, slow down to 1x right at like 1 mile from the waypoint. This is so smart. This is beautiful. By the way, I'm also using Rex Atmos in case you're wondering where this scattering effect comes from. Back to 2x. We're going to finish up this flight very quickly, I think, because it's already only like 1.5 hour flight, but if we are able to do 8x, I think we'll cross the cruise phase very quickly, which is good because I hate doing these long streams where I'm just
Roger, 520.
Is anyone online? Oh, I was wondering if there's
Radio over
ATC
to Unicom 122 decimal, you Chef 520. Have a great night.
Might have tuned into some random frequency, but there's no ATC on our there's no traffic or ATC on our path here. It is night, but I'm just flying daytime because I wanted to explore this airplane first during daytime. I wonder if night is going to be any better in MSFS 2024, because the nights in MSFS 2020 are so dark that I hate flying. Even the landing lights don't illuminate the ground enough. So I just hate flying at night. I don't think I've done any night flights on MSFS 2020. Maybe like 1 or 2 max. in all these years, because it's just not fun. This view in VR looks amazing. I was surprised at how small everything is in VR. The cockpit looks small, all these knobs look small. So now we are cruising, but this thing is still not going up to 8x. Oh, it is 2x, 4x and 8x. There we go. Let's cancel this out and let's think about our approach here. So we are doing 12 right. Course is 121, which I can already set. Still using the throttle quadrant for this, but for some reason it's not spinning fast enough, so I'm just gonna use my mouse and hit shift. By the way, if you guys didn't know, if you're scrolling and if you just hit shift, it scrolls faster. Pretty sure most of you knew about it. Okay, course is set 110.3, 110.3, 110.3. And I want to pull up the charts and put all the information in already. Approach 12 right. So our airport elevation is 842, so we can put in 842 here. 850 is fine. And then our decision height is going to be 200 feet. .200 feet radio. Gosh, I thought this starts with 200, but apparently not. So yeah, it's 200 feet radio, and since the airport elevation is 842, that means 1042 barrow. So yeah, makes sense. And then our altitude at which we are going to capture the glide slope is going to be 3000. Let's verify all of our plan here. So let me zoom in a bit and we'll step through this. Okay, so dolly is the last one, and then after dolly we have vectors and then zesty. Now I want to make sure we have enough room to descend here. Oh, by the way, we are landing 12 right, so we'll be able to see downtown on our left, so it'll be amazing. It's a really good view. I think if we just copy zesty after dolly, that should be fine, because we are at 5467 feet here and we need to be above 4000 at zesty, which is right here. So yeah, I'm gonna just do that. Simple. Creates a nice turn, and that should have us fully set for the approach. So yeah, technically you could have come from Krug, which was our transition. So you go from Zesty to Krug and then turn back into Zesty. Whatever that, dolly to Krug and then turn into Zesty, or just go directly from the last waypoint of the star to Zesty. Doesn't matter. 220. Brought up the yoke cam back again because we are getting close. Roughly like 30 miles from top of descent. Very fast flight here. A 1.5 hour flight, probably done in like 45 minutes. I'm excited for this landing. Roughly about 10 miles from TD, I can turn the auto time compression off because I don't want it to start descending. I can put 3000 feet here because we definitely want to descend up to 3000. Or you know what, let's try using the auto time compression over our descent. That'll be fun. Why is this thing not scrolling fast enough? It was working just fine when we were setting up the flight, but now it's not scrolling fast enough. I'll make that 2000. And it has started descending. But let's not go up to 8x here. Let's only go up to 4x. How far are we from the descent path? Only 600 feet. So not bad. It's still doing a great job. Pretty much all set for the approach, except we didn't do our landing calculations. 12 right, import aircraft details here, and we are going flaps 40, 170 at 10, so some crosswind. We can go auto brakes 1 here. It's a very long runway. Okay, auto brakes 1. And engine start switches to continuous. Still tracking pretty good, only 200 feet below the VNAV profile. So the sim rate increase feature is just spot on. It's amazing. Slows down at the right time. Does exactly what it's supposed to. Landing speed today is going to be 127, which is kind of heavy. Let me just verify. Yeah, we have a lot of passengers, that's why. Okay. Because usually I've always had like 121, 122 on this 737-700. It's kind of heavy today. Let's check the weather. Arrival weather. Same, it's kind of cold there as well. few at 120, 3031, and the altimeters. Let's set that. (3031). So it's speeding up between the waypoints, and when it hits the waypoint, even if the heading change is not that much, it will still slow down the sim. But one indicator of that sim rate is that this time changes green. Same thing in the 777, the time that shows up here on the PFD, it changes to green when you have the sim rate set to something high. Okay, 18,000 shifted to the local QNH. Still going pretty strong on this sim rate thing. I think we are at 4x. Yeah, we are. That's crazy. Still getting pretty good performance though. 8x is when it starts lagging. You start getting stutters and all. Okay, close to 10,000, so let's turn landing lights on. I don't know if airline pilots also turn APU on before landing. I think they do it after landing while taxiing, but I'm not sure. Look at those shadows, man. Excited to see how things are different in 2024. I applied for the technical alpha too late and didn't really get in, so unfortunate. I was just busy and I didn't pay attention to the technical alpha invites that came out, so didn't get it. My friend got it though, and Rahul got it, and he was showing me on Discord. Looks really good. Also, apparently it seems like you can just port over add-ons from 2020 to 2024 without any compatibility issues, so that is great. I saw someone pull over the Globemaster, and I also saw someone pull up the Pmdg in it, I think. So that is cool. I'm sure, I mean, it probably doesn't include all the features that all the additional features that could be added to the airplane with the capability that 2024 provides, but at least it ports over. I think I'll go to our normal time again at sometime at dolly once we get in. What's our speed restrictions looking like? So 230, still 230 at dolly, and then 176. So we're going to start prepping late here. 132, okay. So yeah, we'll start putting in flaps after this turn, after this dolly turn. Don't need it until then. Let's admire the view here. There you go. So that's Minneapolis downtown. But I guess, oh, that's the airport, yeah, and that's Minneapolis downtown. I don't think we'll see it on, I said we'll see it on the left wing, but that's after we turn. So yeah, that's it. And that's where we're landing. Man, that looks so good. Yeah, I think I should turn off auto time compression now. We've abused auto time compression today. Absolutely abused it. Let's put the iPad away. Get all prepped up for the landing. At this decel point, we can get the flaps out. Oh man, that looks so good. I love landing at MSP. The detail on maps here is something else. Like, look at those golf courses. You can see them so clearly here. Okay, at the decel point here. Let's start putting flaps in. Flaps 5. Sorry, flaps 2. And we can slow down to 180. I think we'll be able to easily before Zesty. And let's turn on localizer mode so that gets captured, and then we'll turn on the glide slope. Roughly 12 miles away from the runway, I guess. Yeah, 12 miles, I think. I can go flaps 5. Should not change my speed. turn off weather radar so that if there's any stutters happening because of that, that won't happen. Everything else looks good. Look at that downtown here. Okay, localizers captured. And once we align, I can also turn the approach mode on. Let's keep going on flaps. I knew that was going to happen. I always make that mistake. And I don't even know how to stop it. So you'll have to hear it for a while. Huh. I think the winds just changed on us. Man, that looks so good. Look at that. Let me also turn on recording so that we can record this landing. Turn it on. That looks really good. It's hard to focus on the landing with these kind of views. Huh, so straight 10 knot crosswind. I'm going to wait until the winds settle before I disable stuff. Because it was 10 knots, now it's 17. And the wind report said 170 at 10. So pretty far off. 15, 14, still changing. Adjust my seat here. All right, let's disable this and let's. Not the best landing I've had with this airplane, but this was the first crossfield landing that I had with this, so that's something. Still getting used to this whole yoke and rudder setup instead of the twist action joystick, so that takes a little bit of time to get used to. But yeah, let's see what the landing rate was, and let's see how we did from the outside, because that's what I'm interested in. And I'm gonna keep the flap config and all of that as is, so that it doesn't mess up our recordings or anything. Going to quickly log off from VATSIM and just park somewhere here. What do you guys bet? Is that a perfect parking ever? No, I missed it. I mean, I was on the center line, I just missed it. Should have gone further. Anyway, let's stop the recording. And Rahul is here.
Didn't find valid airport data.
Pause, replay.
Services are not available.
And let's position this camera right. Let's watch it from this angle first, and then we'll see. Oh, forgot to log off from VATSIM. There we go. Out. Resume. Pull it here and turn off this yoke cam. The heck are speed brakes? Okay. Oh, by the way, no, hold on. Let me first check my landing rate. It was minus 291 feet per minute. Minus 291 feet per minute. So not the best landing, but whatever. Yeah, I flared a little too much here and then ballooned, and then I had to just kind of settle it down. And then it went on one tire. Ooh, that was definitely not good. Let's see how the passengers felt on this one. Rahul says, ain't your fault really. The sim is just not great at modeling secondary effects from yaw. Yeah. It's like it doesn't feel very intuitive. When you're flying in real world, it's very intuitive on what your aileron corrections need to be according to how much you're yawing. But on this one, when you're correcting at the end, you just don't know what you're supposed to do. I mean, from passenger side, it didn't look that bad. Any other views we are interested in? I want to watch the front view. Yeah, this one.
Too low, terrain.
This flare was a little too much, too early, too much. This was good. Let's watch this again. I'm just wondering if I should stream my landing at SFO. Yes, do it, man. I'll watch. By the way, I released the new preset for Atmos. Search Hazy Horizon. Okay. Is it good for US as well? Or is it for India? Yeah, I could have done better. Just maybe you can turn on. Let's stop blasting the ground guys with all our landing lights and whatnot. Rahul says, by the way, your FPS is tad low in the stream. Yeah, I think so. When I look at my OBS, it says it has dropped 145k frames so far. That's how many frames you guys are not seeing. Which is, in terms of percentage, it's 55% of the frames. Now I don't know if that has something to do with the upload speed of my internet, or it is just lossless scaling, not streaming, and just giving like 50% of the FPS. So the actual FPS that I might be getting, I don't know. APU is on. Transfer the power. Turn the packs on. Through APU and 1, 2.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Oh yeah. Anyway, guys, that was a fun little flight. Not the best landing, but it was a lot of fun. I'm having fun with this new yoke cam here. So we're going to do a lot more of these yoke cam videos with GA and with I don't know. I've stopped flying Airbus for now because I first need to figure out a way to mount my joystick somewhere. But maybe we'll fly the Airbus with a yoke. I don't know. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you're watching this after it went live or after it got uploaded, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next stream or next video. Stay tuned for more Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 content. I think I'm taking a couple of days off and just flying and streaming all day pretty much. See you guys. Have fun, have a good weekend, have a good Sunday, and have a good next week.